There are 80 million millennials in the US, 2.4 billion of us globally. We are 40% larger than Generation Xers and 50% larger than boomers. Experiences are really valuable to us as millennials. We're much more prone to be spending our money on travel-related experiences rather than buying a luxury vehicle.
There's this combination of awareness and social pressure, which is why we're not coming to the Adirondacks, which are both problems that we can solve.
We realized we needed to look at it as a region because just attracting them to the Wild Center wasn't going to do it. They're going to need to do other things, eat places, stay places, have other activities.
We've come up with a whole slew of these creative campaigns to kind of showcase how to turn these misconceptions around and make them strengths.
Shears and Status showed the most consistent misconceptions held by millennials included limited connectivity, lack of good food, beverage, lodging, options, endorsements, worth, and amenities, and the overwhelming vastness of the entire park.
The journey rewards those who choose the unbeaten path. That really is the spirit of the millennial. They want to learn, they want to experience, and I've come to believe in these different presentations that this really applies to all of you. And if you're willing to try a new tack, it really will be rewarding.
Social media is so important. While we're at a destination, we're constantly looking at all these different digital platforms and to find ideas of ways to fill up our vacation. Make sure you're not only identifying core influencers that can help your business, but you're also listening to them and seeing what content they're putting out that makes them successful. Make sure that your own content is strong so that when they click on your profile, they say, hey, that looks really interesting, I want to go there. And don't be afraid to reach out to them because there are people behind those profiles.
Be authentic to your business. We will see right through it if we know you're promoting yourself as something that you're not. It's also about how you're communicating with your customers and with other businesses.
Millennials get slammed a lot for their use of smartphones, but they don't use phone books and they don't use fold-out maps. They use their phones. And so when they do reach out on Twitter or Facebook or even Instagram, there is an expectation that you will answer in the same way that you would pick up the phone. To be checking in to make sure you're responding to any outreach is critical.
If you have time constraints, it's much better to focus on one and do it well rather than try to do 5 and only put in a little bit of effort into each one.
Social media is great for real time, but advertising strategies are going to give your campaigns a longer shelf life.
As millennials, we consume more media than any generation that's come before us, and we're just bombarded by all those ads every day. So whether it's coming from the TV, from our phones, from just traditional print advertising, we're just slammed by it.
Less is more, and not just for digital, that's for print as well. And print isn't dead. 64% of people are still getting travel inspiration from print media. North of us in the Adirondacks, where connectivity is an issue, people are grabbing an Adirondack Light or a chamber guide just to find things to do. Always send out press releases when you have a story to tell and send them to publications that would be interested in learning more about those stories.
You will find out that the Adirondacks are very effectively promoting the beautiful vantage points from mountains. But only 33% of millennials consider spending money on something that is to recharge. They want to go and do.
They might be coming and they might not be spending a dime in the Adirondacks. So what we need to do is we need to find all the millennials that may have the Adirondack gene and just let them know that there's some really awesome stuff to do.